on with my body has completely changed the nature of my experience and just who I am as a person. To kind of, one of my favorite lines from Emerson is that man is a selecting principle, and he takes out of the multiplicity which swirls around him that which is only his own. There are a million or infinitely many things that our minds can be attracted to, things that we actually see in the world, things that actually materialize in our consciousness, the patterns that our brains make. And that selection principle for me has been completely formed and molded by whatever is happening with my body. And I slept absolutely terribly last night because of physical pain. And I woke up today and I had tendonitis type feeling in both shoulders, and my neck felt terrible, and my hips felt terrible, my back, SI joint. All of my joints in my fingers were inflamed, all of the joints in my toes were inflamed. And I just felt like my entire body was in pain. For what reason, I don't know. And I live in pain every day, so it's something that I've grown accustomed to. I deal with it well. I just kind of ignore it, move through it, observe it as a phenomenon, far out this phenomenon of pain. But today the pain was so widespread that it hit me heavily, it weighed on me heavily. And that sense of just kind of confusion and of why meanness, or just why is this happening in general? What is it? What does it mean? I woke up and instantly that was weighing on me. And I went to take a shower to try to find some peace and calm underneath the warmth of the water, to get at least some heat, some warmth, some purity, some cleansing. And in the shower I sat down and I just kind of allowed my physical body to fall and to just drop. And as a natural consequence of fearing for what could be happening physiologically, the thought of death arose. I did a blood test about a week back and the result came back today, and I looked at it and there were some results which were low, which implied a possible, they were only slightly low, and so they're going to retest them, but nonetheless, the comment made on a certain value was indicative of kidney problems. And so my mind kind of just went to the place of, what if I have some bacterial infection in my blood or something, and my kidneys aren't adequately filtering the blood, and so the blood is sitting in my system, and these residual toxins and wastes are just residing in these places of my body, which is causing the pain. And what if the system of my kidneys has been taxed for the last 2.5 years, and today's the day they just turn off, and the toxicity that's in my blood just moves through my entire body and shuts down everything. It's possible. So I'm sitting there in the shower, just kind of collapsed into myself, thinking, today might be the last day I'm alive. Might be. Probably not. But it could be. And I guess the interesting question is, what do I think about that? What do I feel about that? I feel like part of me has come to accept death as there's no separation between death and life. They're inextricably connected. They're fundamentally at some point or plane connected as one object, as one thing. And I love life, and I accept life, and I'm grateful and blessed to have been given this experience, and so consequently a part of me has just accepted death and imagines that if I were to die, that was worth it. I'm only 25, but I feel like I've lived a beautiful life. And of course there's the other part of me, the more human part of me, which is obviously afraid to let go, to slip into the event horizon of the beyond, of nothing, of everything, of who knows what. And part of me grieves and mourns and is sad at all of the opportunities that I wouldn't be able to get to enjoy. Experiences, vacations, children being the biggest one, watching them grow, watching them have kids, watching them be married, and just simply watching the entire course of life unfold as it's kind of meant to, as we enter into old age, a certain state where I feel like time will become still, and just what we're left with is the present moment and beautiful, consoling reflections on the past, if we lived so well. And that's something that I deeply want, that kind of state of being. And so, if today were my last day on earth, that would make me sad. Then a part of me also feels there's nothing to do. What is there to do? There's nothing to do and nowhere to be other than right here and right now. And whatever fate is bestowed upon me by God or by the universe, then that's the fate that I accept. That's the fate that I accept wholly.